How are you, Mattie? Great to see you again.
No, it's good to see every man out, and the day is not too bad. And so, I suppose the week wasn't too bad. It was a bit better. We're getting the weather a little bit, not much, huh? So I was just thinking there now. So there's a lot of things going on, and I was just happened to be listening to the news one evening there, and apart from farming and everything else, there's other things we're talking about. I was listed there to say that there's so many hundred sexual offenders in this island here, and there'll be a letting out. And they say on the programme that they have a programme here to rehab them. And only 8 of them has come and volunteer. This is what I heard on the news. So it's a terrible situation. But as we were talking last week, I was just wondering there, and many of them hundreds is baptised, that they know what's right and wrong. Or is it their fault or the way they are? You know, that maybe mothers and fathers didn't baptise them and they don't know which side of the road to be on. Sure, maybe it's worth having a look into. It's only my opinion. Rather than starting a rehab, have a look in and just see are they baptised and where the problem started. And there's a lot of them going to be let out, and the fellas or whoever they are, let them be men or women, that won't go off to be rehabbed. They are going to be let out and go to do the same thing again. And the country is out there, and there's women folk out there, and there's young lassies out there, and they're going to offend them. And is it not worth looking at and see? Can you do anything about it? Get the source of it. The people is trying their best, but you have to look for the source of it. And it's an island of saints and scholars, and every man needs to be baptised, in my opinion. So I'd like to think maybe someone would have a look into it along the way. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, well, the farming, Mattie, how is it affecting you with the weather there?
Well, so the weather is not great here, and so we're going to have it'll be a knock-on effect here from now on. We didn't get probably enough of sugar and enough of protein in the feed, and the winter comes and not enough of protein in the feed for the cattle, especially cows and calf and sheep and whatever. And you know, you had a situation here a few years back where the same thing happened, and with cows calving, and you have to keep an eye on them because they just put the cow up in the calf into the passage, and they're not able to calve them because they're low in energy, you know. And then when the calf is born, he's 3 or 4 days old, he gets this kind of a scour and he dies. You nearly couldn't save him because he doesn't get any antibodies from the cow because she hasn't it in her system, the protein. So you have to feed protein there, you know. You have to get soybean and give them a handful of fortnight before they calve, just what you lift in your hand, and it puts the antibodies from the cow into the calf, and you eliminate that. That's what I found out about it. Maybe farmers wouldn't know that, but it might help them up along the trail. And that's the situation with the farming now. And most importantly here, we have the harvest. It's all nearly that's left, the harvest, and it's a very vital thing to get that harvest. You know, to get the grain, and the men is there, they're in serious bother if they don't get it. They're after suffering 2 years of it, and this is the 3rd year. You know, when you have 3 years, it's bad. You know, no straw, no farmers, the small farmers or the other farmers need the straw, there's no straw. And with young stock, you know, calves and whatever you have, lambs and that, you need straw. Everyone needs straw. You know, no matter if you can get it, apart from the price of it, if you could get it, but you can't get it, you know. And so it's a hard, worrisome thing for a farmer that's conscious and likes to do his job well, you know, and keep his cattle bedded. So we'll be all hoping that the weather will come good, and that there'll be, that even if they could get 3 days in a row, that the grain will be dry there for a long day, you know, that you could get out early in the morning and work late at night, and you do a lot of work in 3 or 4 days if you could get it, you know. And fair play to them, it must be stressful for them, the amount of finance that's involved with machinery and seed and, you know, all that.
General labour
doesn't come cheap either. So you'd like to think you'd like to wish them well with it anyhow, and hope the thing goes on well, and there's a need to be out Sundays there, but, as we talked about the commandments before, we're all probably wrong. People working on a Sunday is not good. It's not good. It's a Sabbath day. It's a man's country from above, and he said the law was, don't keep the Sabbath holy. Keep the Sunday holy. Or Saturday if it's Saturday, whatever country you're in. But our country is Sunday. Don't work of a Sunday, only necessary servile work. Which means is, if you have a cow calving or if you have some kind of problems on the farm. But you don't work of a Sunday. And people around the area should condemn it if they want to get good weather. Every man that's in a job or wants to go for a walk, he condemns farmers out working of a Sunday. So let them go to hell. Ignore them. If they're going to be out with tractors, spreading slurry and doing work that they can do of a Monday, there's 6 days in the weekend. They can stay out till 11 o'clock at night and get the work done. There's no excuse for a man out even feeding cattle of a Sunday. They're all sheds now, and you can push silage into the shed in at the barrier and the feed there. And there's no excuse. So I wouldn't take no excuse from any man, no matter what he has. And if he has a job, he has to do it. There's no other time. Well, if he can't earn enough in his job to keep himself, he's not much of a man. He's more of a coward if he can't earn enough in 5 days or 6 days to live without having to break the Sabbath. Now, that's my opinion. Back in the years, the farmers, when they were making hay, and no means of making hay, they were all good living people and mass going people. And they stick the forks in the ground at 5:30 and go and milk their cows, and I wouldn't see them until 10:30 Monday morning when they'd have their cows looked after again. And that's the way the country was, and that's how we got the good weather. We had no machinery, but we had good weather. And it needs to go back there, it needs it. There is a need for it, And I hope that people will use thinking to know. And all you have to do is, it costs you nothing. You'll have more sun, and you'll have a better life. Everyone is smiling when the weather is good. If maybe you notice it some while, maybe you might have another day. Everyone is happy when the weather is good. And it's so little to get so much back. Costs you so little. It won't cost you anything, and you'll have more benefit than it'll cost you. Do you understand? It's something for free here. And you have to stand on principles there to get that, and for youngsters. And, avoid going to the hospital and chock-a-block on the hospitals for the winter. Get the sunshine. That's what I'd be thinking about it. I hope that everyone will see the reason being for not working on a Sunday. There is no reason to be out with machinery. So I'd leave that at that anyhow, and I'll have to say the best of luck to people, and so we'll cut it short here, and so we'll be talking to you again about it. What do you think, Bob?
Thanks very much, Mattie. That was very enlightening. So looking forward to the next chapter.
Yeah, well, sure, fair enough. And fair play to everyone. I hope that
fair play to you, Mattie. Yeah.
Well, I hope that everyone will use thinking to know, and then when they know, they can do what they know is right about it. And everything, I'm sure, will work out all right. And I wish everyone the best of luck with it. Fair play.
Thanks, Mattie.
Bye-bye.